Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm only on IG, YouTube, and I'm only in the repurpose room on today. That is intentional. I'm only in IG, repurpose room, and YouTube. Happy Monday to you guys. You can tag and share. People will come back and see this later. People are at work. People have other things going on. And I just popped on to share something with you. So just share, invite, and tag people in, and they will see this later. Happy Motivational Monday to you. I wanted to share something with you really quickly that I've been writing and looking at, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And it turns out today is the perfect day to share it. I didn't know that when I got up this morning. Good morning to you, IG. Good morning, Repurpose Room and YouTube. I'm intentionally only in those 3 rooms today. Good morning to you. I want to share something with you on this Motivational Monday. And I pray that it will be a blessing. You may not be able to see this on IG. It will actually be in the tag title after the video closes out. But I put it on in the repurpose room and on YouTube. And again, just share, invite, and tag. Hit subscribe. People will come in and see this later. Happy Monday to you. I pray that you had the most amazing weekend. For me, it was a little unusual. It was a blur because I had a lot going on. So today I've had some downtime. I have a Zoom at 11 and then another one at 2 and one at 4, I think. But tomorrow will be a little bit of downtime. But I wanted to share something with you. And I've got my timer set here. Listen, happy Motivational Monday. If you can hear me, put some thumbs up, hearts on the screen. Tag, share, and invite. People will come back and see this later. When you do, listen, it's your girl, Michelle. Just put in the chat, hashtag replay. This is going to be one of those videos that will be replayed because I'm only in IG, YouTube, and in the repurpose room. And that is intentional. I wanted to share something with you. And I'm going to give you a little bit of scripture, but it's not necessarily going to be what I'm going to focus on the most. I want to just be very practical with you this morning as we go into the last few days of this year. If you're on in the repurpose room or on YouTube, you see the subtitle 84 days. Somebody dropped it on the screen as you're here or you're listening to the replay. 84 days, 84 days, 84, 84, 84, 84 days, 84. Now, hold on, I got to respond to my son. Give me a second. Okay. 84 days. Drop it in the chat. 84 days. 84 days. And I'm going to put this up. I literally just sat here and wrote this today. I've got a clean slate for this week. And that was one of the first notes I wrote, which made me fully understand that while I was changing my sheets, I heard God clearly. 84 days, 84 days. And I'm going to put this up as a graphic later. I may even send it in the email on Wednesday. 84 days. And here's how I want us to mentally break this up as we do the countdown for January 1, 2024, because we've got 84 days. And if you want to here's how I do with my coaching clients. We take things in bite-sized pieces. I do that in my own personal life. If I'm like working on a flip, it's got to be in bite-sized pieces. That's very overwhelming. As I'm doing certain things in my life to build certain things, it's little by little bite-sized pieces, and I break it down. If you want to break the next 84 days down as we do the countdown to 1-1, it's 21, 21, 21, and 21. That was God. I promise you, I literally just broke that down because I was like, okay, how can I break this down? Because that's how I mentally think. And so it just happened. God knows. 21, 21, 21, and 21. The first 21 days after today will end on 10:30. The next set of 21 days will end on 10:30. The next set of 21 days will end on 11:20. The next set of 21 days will end on 12:11. And then after 12:11, the next set of 21 days will put us at 1-1. We have 84 days until 1-1, until the first of the year. For those of you that are just jumping on, good morning to you. Happy Motivational Monday. I just decided to jump on and share this with you because I felt led to do so. 84 days until 1-1. Those of you coming back later, hashtag replay, share and tag, invite. I'm only on IG, in the Repurpose Room, and in YouTube. That is intentional. 84 days. Here's the scripture I want us to really focus on as it pertains to maybe something we want to get done. But I'm also going to give you a few key buzzwords that I wrote down like at 9 something this morning as I was really thinking about this. Ephesians 5, 15, and 16. You can drop it in the chat. Ephesians 5, 15 and 16 says, be very careful then how you live. This is not just about not sinning. I need us to really get outside of the religious box that traditional church and religion has put us in. Be very careful then how you live. This is not just about sinning or not sinning. It says not as unwise, but as wise. Okay. Have you been wise with your time management? Come on, outside the religious box. Have you been wise with your money management? Oh, have you been wise in discipline? Have you been wise in your focus? Have you been wise in your friendships and in your connections? Have you been wise in your conversation? Have you been wise? I spoke to someone last week, and this individual, he has the blessing of being in a home that's fully paid for. And yet, as we sat and talked, I had to ask him the hard questions. How are you free of what would be people's most hugest financial monthly burden, and you're still struggling financially? Because that $1,500 was freed up. What are you doing with it that you have now ended up in this position again? Because here's the deal. You can be blessed given things financially. You can, somebody can give me a brand new car today, but if I'm not wise, if I still have a certain mentality, it won't matter what is given to me. Okay, I want us to remember that. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but wise. Making the most. Hear what God is saying, making the most of every opportunity. Come on, I want us to really think about that. Every opportunity, what? It says every good and perfect gift comes from God. So we want to make sure that when we read this in proper context, that every opportunity, we understand every opportunity that comes from God. One person said it would be amazing not to have a mortgage. The next question, the more important question, a more important statement you would then have to say to yourself is, if the amount of money I'm spending on my mortgage was automatically freed up today, what would I do with those monies? That's the bigger issue. Not that I have a house that's fully paid for. Okay? I'm understanding that. Okay? It says making the most of every opportunity. Why am I here today? We've got 84 days. 84 days until 1/1. We're going to break it down into 4 sets of 21 days where we're going to do check-ins, and we're going to, y'all are going to do vision boards. You're going to write vision. You're going to tweak your vision. We're going to be very intentional in the next 84 days to keep you focused, to light a fire under you, to get you where God wants you to be, because the days are evil. The days are always evil. Whenever we set out to do good, evil is ever present. Whenever we set out to focus, distractions are around. Whenever we set out to budget, the opportunity to eat out is always going to present itself. Whenever we set out to exercise, there's always going to be the excuse not to. I don't feel like it. I overslept. I didn't get to make it to the gym. I don't have to go to the gym to exercise. I don't have to do that. I literally go and walk a property that God is going to give me. I walk around it like 100 times. Y'all forgive me. My son, my son is blowing me up this morning because he had good news and he couldn't wait to tell me. And it says in this, okay, so in this passage, Paul is telling us to make the most of every opportunity. 84 days until 1/1. Have you started writing your vision for what the rest of this year is going to look like in your business, in your finances, in your health, in your relationships, in your services, whatever it is you do for the kingdom outside of church walls? Please, I want us to really learn to think that way. What are you doing to write the vision, to complete an assignment? What are you doing to tweak maybe something that's not working? And here are the buzzwords I wrote down, and then I'm going to get out of your way. Let me get out of this. My son is just texting me crazy. Here's some buzzwords I wrote down this morning. Habits and patterns. What are some habits and patterns? And maybe you're like, well, I don't know any. What have people been telling you that you're constantly doing? What is your core group of people tell you that you trust, that know they have your best interest at heart, that are telling you, you got some funny ways about you, and that's why you can't keep a relationship. You so independent, blah, blah, blah. Or you so short temper, blah, blah, blah. Or, you blah, whatever. You got to be honest first and foremost with yourself, not other people. What are some habits and patterns? Then we have to evaluate what's working and what's not. For those of you that work on any job, corporate America or otherwise, if your employer values you and you get ready to go up for a raise or whatever, they're going to do an evaluation. They're going to do an evaluation. Love you. They're going to do an evaluation. And what they're going to do is say, well, they're going to grade you. These things you did well, and these things we need to work on. And how can we help you? And because you didn't meet your benchmarks or whatever it is, at this time, you're not eligible for a raise. But 6 months from now, and you hold them to it, you go back to your office and you write an email. Thank you for this honest evaluation. And per our conversation, in 6 months, we're going to revisit my benchmarks to see. Y'all give me 1 second. Somebody's at the door. Hold on. Thank you. Sorry, guys. And so then in 6 months, you write that email saying, hey, thank you for the honest evaluation. And per our conversation, in 6 months, we're going to revisit these 3 areas where I need to improve. Good morning to you, Shan. I'm here this morning to share. There's 84 more days until 1/1/2024. And we're going to break these next 84 days down. You're going to write the vision. You're going to tweak what's not working. You're going to reevaluate your strategies. You're going to write the vision. You're going to write out a plan for how you're going to succeed in a certain area of your life. 84 more days until 1/1/2024. And we're going to break that down into 4 groups of 21 days. I'm going to send all this out later. I'm going to put up the post. I'm only in IG, the Repurpose Room, and on YouTube this morning. That is intentional. As we do this, what are some habits and patterns that you may need to check? I don't manage my money well, so I need to get some help with that. I'm not sticking to the plan to go to the gym, so I need some accountability with that. Whenever you're getting ready to do something new, you need to share it with somebody so that they can hold you accountable to do what you say you're going to do for yourself. Sometimes we make decisions in a bubble. Y'all remember when I did the 100 squats a day challenge? Back here a little while back, and I shared it with Dr. Joy for accountability. And not only did she hold me accountable every day, she joined me in the 100 squat challenge per day and helped me get through it. And there were days where she would send me a text that I would be like, I ain't doing them today. I can't even sit down and stand up, let alone squat. And just then she would text me, I eat too many sweets. What are we going to do to eliminate that? Maybe you need a grocery service to deliver your groceries, and you don't put sweets on the list. Maybe you need to make sure. See, there's certain aisles. I've shared this with y'all before. When I go to the grocery store, I don't go down the pet food aisle. Why? Because I don't have no pets. I don't go down the Twinkie and chip and junk food aisle. Why? Because that's not conducive for the lifestyle that I want to lead. I know that when I put all that in my body, I don't feel well. I just completed a 40-day fast. No meats, no sweets. I feel like a champ. Not only to mention, I put on a pair of jeans last week, Shan, buttoned up, Lakeisha, Civi, and they pulled up without me unbuttoning them or unzipping them, and they fell down. So I've lost inches in my waist. Also, somebody, as I was walking through the lobby at one of the churches yesterday, I spoke to somebody and they said, "You've lost weight." I haven't seen this person in person in months. And I was like, okay, Jesus, because sometimes people can see progress when you can't, because you're too close to it. And so what are you doing to set yourself up for success? If I know that sweets are my issue, then I'm going to have to get my son goes grocery shopping for me anyway. I rarely go grocery shopping. My son, I send him the list and he brings it. And so I rarely like weekly go to the grocery store. That's just not something that I do. But what are you going to do to set yourself up over the next 84 days? 21 day, 21 day, 21 day, 21 day. Let's break it down into 4 groups of 21. I'm going to come here periodically and check in. Y'all get your new vision boards together. Pull out your old one that you put in the corner somewhere because you've given up, because you wouldn't be consistent. Go get it, dust it off. What are some strategies that have worked and what have not worked? You need honest evaluation, just like you would on any job. CV say you can stop wearing all that black now. Well, wait, CV, baby steps. Evaluate on your jobs. They evaluate you and tell you what you're doing well and what you're not doing well according to the job description they gave you. It determines your raise. What needs tweaking? Oh, Christine, you're going to love your juicer. I absolutely love my juicer. The juicer I have was gifted to me probably 7 years ago. And I literally have used it more this year than I've used it in all 7 combined, because it was in storage. I didn't even know where it was. Here's something else you want to Y'all know my favorite C word. I need to just get a t-shirt with the word consistency on it. Consistency. Consistency is little by little, over and over and over and over again until you get a desired result. Consistency is not I do something for 5 days and take 10 days off and I pick it back up again. That's not consistency. That's not consistency. I need to be consistent. What does that look like? That means some of us need to put every single thing on the calendar. I calendar my Sabbath. I calendar my walk. Now that I'm getting ready to walk every morning, that's on here. That's on here. It's on there. There it is in red. Workout. I know what it means. Calendar you. If you're going to stay on track, you need to, just like you would on your job. If there's a meeting on your job, or you got a Zoom, or you got an important meeting, I can guarantee you it's on your Google Calendar. It's on your calendar somewhere. Why aren't you on your calendar so that you can finish what it is you're supposed to finish and do what you're supposed to be doing and keep you disciplined, keep you honest, keep you focused, keep you accountable? And then we also want to deal with, lastly, before I go, I just dropped in to say 84 days. Drop it in the chat. If you're coming back later for replay, put hashtag replay, 84 days, 84 days, 84 days. And we're going to break it down into 4 sets of 21 days. 21 days starting today. The last thing I want us to look at is the word frustration. Some of you are frustrated with where you are in your life, and you have to ask yourself why. And it usually has very little to do with external circumstances or external things. Even if you say, well, my wife or my husband or my child, my mama, my daddy frustrate me. No, the better term is you allow them to frustrate you. Because you don't know how to filter, you don't know how to shut out, you don't know that you have the luxury of not always taking everybody's call when you know they own one. Come on. We can control that. Frustration is a feeling of anger or annoyance caused by being unable to do, feeling unable to do something. Oh, some of you feel like you have no control over your life and you're frustrated. But I came to tell you this Monday morning, you do have control over your life. Okay, God controls your call and all of that, but you control the daily issues or the daily boxes of your life. You control what you eat. You control where you spend your money. You control where you spend your time. If we start thinking of things in terms of currency and money, spend your time, spend your energy, spend your focus. You have to ask yourself, would you spend your money on those things? Frustration is the feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially because of an inability, listen to this, to change or achieve something. And if I were writing this definition, I would not say because of the inability. I would put because of the feeling of inability to change or achieve something. That's what I would, that's the only tweak I would make to this Merriam-Webster definition of frustration. What is it that you're frustrated with right now in your life? And then maybe you need to sit and write out 2 to 3 things, not a whole lot. Because see, we love to wholeheartedly jump fully into 20 things and then don't commit to nothing and don't finish nothing. Let's one thing at a time. Come on, one box at a time. What is it in your life right now that you feel very frustrated about? And maybe you haven't told anybody. Maybe you haven't even acknowledged it to yourself, but you're taking it out on everybody. Everybody sees you're short tempered, you're tired, you're agitated easily about little things that normally would not bother you. What are you frustrated with? What are you doing to yourself or with yourself that is making you frustrated? I'm frustrated because I haven't eliminated the 20 pounds I thought I would before the end of the year. You still have time. The question is, are you going to sit down and write out 2 or 3 action steps that you need to implement to get the desired result that you say you want? Change requires change, people. There's just no way around it. Change requires change. The first place we need to change, we talked about it Faith Friday, how you think. You can tell how a person thinks by what come out of their mouth. I be read people posts, I be like, ooh, Jesus. Come on. We need to get back out that book, The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. Come on here. We need to get back out the book, The Dream Maker. Come on. Some of you are frustrated and you think it's with other people and it's really within yourself. It's the feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially because of an inability or you think you're unable to change or achieve something. If other people are achieving it that went from being homeless and being incarcerated half their life, or being abused, molested all their life. I go through timelines all day, every day of people who have achieved things, who have started lower than some of us. Come on. Come on. Some of us, our problem is we're too comfortable with where we are and we don't want to change. We're too comfortable with where we are and we're like, well, I'm going to leave well enough alone. But you're frustrated, irritated, vexed, low-key angry, low-key depressed, because you know you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. And you have to ask yourself, have you really even put forth the effort to do it? And some of you are down on yourself because you started doing something and you didn't see the results you thought you were going to see. You're not going to see results if you don't be consistent and keep doing it. You're not going to see results if you don't pause every once in a while and say, well, let me evaluate how I'm doing this, because how I'm doing this ain't working. I told somebody last week, I was listening to how things were being done. I'm like, why is it that this seems to be, why are you doing this the difficult way? Why do we do things harder than we have? Like, why? And so I just dropped by this Monday morning to drop it in your spirit. Happy Motivational Monday. 84 days. 84 days. 84 days. 84 days. And we're going to break those down into 4 sets of 21. I'm going to put this graphic out there in a little bit, and I'm definitely going to put it in our Wednesday inspirational email. If you're not getting the Wednesday inspirational emails, inbox me, text me, whatever. You can do it up until tomorrow night, and I'll make sure that you're on the list. 84 days. 84 days until 1/1. And what is it that you want to see happen in your life? What do you want to see movement? I've got a coaching client that I just finished up that's going to release a video of how much we have accomplished in 6 months together. Like, I'm talking box. Come on. How are you setting your life up for success? For me to stay on track with my health and with how I want my body to feel, there are certain foods and certain things I don't bring into my home. I don't smoke, I don't drink. All of those things are not conducive for what I'm trying to do. Can you imagine seeing a top athlete vaping? Huh? Can you imagine watching Simone Biles clubbing it out, uh, turning up shots every night? We would eventually see the effects of that. Come on, when they get ready to do whatever they need their bodies in top peak performance to do. I know that I have to have times of solitude and quiet. I know that there's certain days I got to shut down and not deal with people, because I got to reset my mind and I got to focus on what's coming next. Set your life up for success. If there's certain things that if you're emotionally eating, I want you to connect with Dr. Joy, the nutrition plug, so that you can figure out why you're doing that. See, there's a root to why we do what we do. We're so busy focused on the fruit and what people manifest and what people do that we don't stop to say, well, why do they do that? Why do they do that? There's a root. And so I want you to get with her, get with me for coaching classes, so we can get to the root of why you do what you do, so that we can start moving in another direction, so that you can start producing a different fruit. Because it is possible. 84 days. 84 days. Get your vision boards out. Get your journals out. Get your goal list out. Because some of y'all are on autopilot. I'm just going through the motions. It's another Monday. I'm just going through the motions. Oh, I didn't do much this weekend. I watched football, going through the motions, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff we do that wastes time, that's not conducive for anything we say we want to do in our lives. I want us to be awake and aware. You cannot live on autopilot and get anything done productive in your life, because you'll look up and we'll be at the end of a whole nother year again. I've sat here every year since 2020 and rang and sound the alarm as we close out the year, to make sure we do it strong, to make sure we finish, to make sure all of that. Have I not? Have we not sat here together every year and done this? Have I not come to you in the middle of the year, halftime, and said, listen, it's halftime. What do we need to get done? What do we need to focus on? What are we doing? What are we doing differently? What do we need to change? As long as there's breath, my mission is purpose. And we've got to be intentional about walking in it. It's not going to just happen by osmosis. 84 days. 84 days. We want to look at habits and patterns. We want to evaluate what's working and what's not. We've got 84 days until 1/1. What do you need to tweak? What habits and patterns do you need to really focus on? Share with y'all, just came off of 40 days and I've gone down a whole pant size. That was intentional. That took intentionality. Let's say no meat and no sweets for 40 days. Accountability. Thank you, Christine. If you're getting ready to do something, don't do it in a vacuum. Don't do it in a bubble. Let somebody else know. When I did the 100 squat a day challenge, the first person I reached out to was Dr. Joy. She held me accountable, and not only that, she joined me in the challenge every day. Write the vision. Where's your vision board? What are you going to do for the next 84 days, that when we start on 1/1, we're not making New Year's resolutions. We doing lifestyle changes over here. 84 days. Father, we thank you for sitting with us on this motivational Monday. God, continue to speak to us, continue to help us walk in purpose and vision, Help us to be honest about our habits and patterns. Help us to honestly evaluate. Help us to tweak and change what needs to be changed. Help us to deal with discipline or lack thereof. And help us to face things that are frustrating us, which are usually things that we need to address and start changing. God, we thank you for it now. I speak empowerment. I speak revelation. I speak new seasons. I speak promotions and open doors. I speak new levels over every one of you that will do the work that is conducive to see the changes in your life you want to see. Listen, it's your girl, Michelle, your friend, your prophet, your purpose pusher. I just dropped by on this Monday morning to give you a little bit of motivation. 84 days. Thank you for joining, honey. Love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. See you.